What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? My name is WWII Espresso and welcome back to another Call of Duty World War II video here today on the channel. In this one, we'll be talking about something that has been on the minds of many people, especially those who are interested in the multiplayer aspect of Call of Duty World War II. While there's not honestly a lot to go off of as of recently, a lot of the stuff that we saw on Wednesday with the reveal was dealing with campaign, but we did get here and there a little bit of multiplayer teasers and of course one single finite teaser for Call of Duty World War II Zombies. But this particular thing that we're going to be talking about deals with, once again, multiplayer and really the capacity and the maximum that we'll see within multiplayer and a rumor surrounding that. So if you haven't picked up on it just yet, it's the rumor that Call of Duty will support 48-player lobbies for whatever multiplayer mode it may be associated with. So 24v24, and that's something that has been going around the community quite a bit here in the past couple of days, and I've seen rampant amounts of speculation on it, but I want to touch on it, give you my thoughts, and maybe give some clarification because there has been an update to the situation. So as far as I'm aware, this came from an Xbox listing for what we'd see in terms of the player counts, similar as to what you'd see on the back of box art, where it lists the number of players, say local player be 2 players, and then the multiplayer aspect being anywhere from what we've seen previously of 2 players to 18 players. And where this came up was that this listing for what Call of Duty World War II would give access to were lobbies of 2 players up to 48 players. So there were 2 different splits and schisms within the community at this point in time when this eventually came out to the public, where this listing was live for everybody that saw it on the Xbox One store. One side jumped on the theory and the notion that there would be lobbies supporting 24v24 play, potentially to deal with maybe a larger increase and cap in numbers for the war game mode that many are saying is coming back in the same capacity, which it's a little bit different. And then another side of the story was saying that it was only for the social aspect, for the headquarters mode of Call of Duty World War II. That was something that was teased off in the reveal a little bit as being a new place, similar very much so to Destiny's Tower, in which you can go show off your player's customization a little bit, show off whatever you have in terms of weaponry, things like that. It's basically just more so a social aspect of Call of Duty to interact with the community, not necessarily just hopping in-game and being able to chat with somebody in a lobby. And for further explanation, think of Advanced Warfare's first lobby, how we had that kind of replicated the past couple of years, where you can see characters like that. Think of that as the first step, Destiny's Tower as the second, and then this headquarters mode being the final location as to where those kind of culminations have brought us to. And though it's not necessarily by the same developer, it's the same ideology and same theory behind it. We're gonna be ending up getting something like that. And in the preview that we had at the reveal, it did showcase right around that 40 number mark. And so this was either a confirmed number for how many would be able to go in here as a max number of players in one place, or maybe just as a placeholder that Xbox put. Whichever it may be and whichever you may believe in though, however, there is a little bit of an update to the scenario that might clarify and give a little bit more reasoning for one side or the other. If you go and actually take a look at the Xbox One store and marketplace, and you can see how many players this will eventually end up supporting, it now does not say that online multiplayer supports 2 to 48 players, but rather it now says online multiplayer supports 2 to 18 players, which is the standard amount of players that we have seen since Ground War has been introduced into Call of Duty many years back. Now I think once again this will then create another split in the community in terms of what the feeling and the vibe of this will be. One side might say this was to cover up any tracks of revealing too much information for multiplayer too early, and one side might just say that it is the corrected version here of this, because if you take a look at Destiny, looking at right in front of me my original Destiny game case, it says multiplayer is supporting up to 12 players, which we know by the tower that supports a lot more people. So this social aspect doesn't necessarily count towards that number, but maybe it will, who knows. But I'm personally more so on the latter half though of these 2 explanations, that this was then just a corrected version. They took that number and kind of just ran with it, either by accident or just misinterpreting what it would in fact be. They took the headquarters to be a game mode rather than just a social aspect, so they listed it as, say, 48 players. But with the correction now, I think this is back to where we've seen with previous years, and it's back to par with what Call of Duty has done. Certainly it might be something that they are covering it up and we are seeing an expansion in terms of gameplay wise, but as of right now, with no real evidence to go off of otherwise, I still think that this, keeping it to Call of Duty the arcade style that we've known and loved for years, I think this is going to keep it in that centralized and and a little bit lower number of player count wise. But all in all, that's where we're gonna wrap it up, I think. I wanna get your feedback here on this. What do you guys think? Do you think it was a mix-up in terms of the Xbox listing where it mistakenly put 48 players for the headquarters social feature, or do you think that it's something that there actually will be 48 player 24v24 lobbies, and this was just something to cover it up? Whatever it is, feel free to drop it down there in the comment section down below. Right now, there is, of course, no right or wrong answers because there's nothing necessarily out there to confirm or deny it, but it really just kind of travels one way or the other in what you think will happen. So feel free to drop your thoughts down there in the comment section down below. That's what we're going to wrap it up with this one. Hopefully you guys did enjoy it. If you did, make sure you drop a like down below. If you guys are new to the channel and want to stay up to date with everything we have here regarding Call of Duty World War II, we have so much stuff planned and ready to go here on the table for Call of Duty World War II content. So, and you guys want to stay up to date with all that, make sure you guys subscribe so you don't miss anything. And finally, if you guys want to follow me over on Twitter, that is the best place to get connected with me here outside of YouTube. Practically live on Twitter, so if you guys want to strike my conversation, ask me a question, whatever it may be, link is down there in the description below. But as for everything else, that's it. I'll see you guys later. Hopefully you guys are having a great day. Mine has been WWII Espresso. Take care and peace.